Hello, I'm here with some really exciting news, and the news is that I am getting a third bunny today. So it is Tuesday the 22nd of May 2018 and I've decided it's now time to have a trio again. So as some of you know, I usually have trios. I usually have 3 bunnies living together and I just really like it that way. I really like having a group. I just prefer it to a pair. But we sadly lost Reuben in October, the very end of October last year, and since then I've said no more, I'm happy with the pair, we'll just see how it goes, we're just having 2. However, it's got to a point where I've seen all these posts from rescues where they're really appealing for homes for bunnies, and there's just so many rescues needing homes, and I thought, you know what, why not? I have more than enough room to house 3 bunnies altogether, and I can afford it, I have the space, and I wouldn't mind having a third now. I feel like I finally got to the point where I'd be happy to add a third bunny here, and I really think these 2 will accept it because they are used to living in a group. So yeah, so today I am going to Barnsley Animal Rescue to choose bunny number 3. And I'm so excited. Basically they have 3 single boys. I've decided that I definitely want a male because Primrose doesn't really like female bunnies that much, and I know that Bertie doesn't mind living with boys. So yeah, we're gonna get another little boy, and they've got 3 single males available. They all sound absolutely gorgeous, so lovely. They're all quite shy bunnies apparently, shy with people, but they're all just craving attention. So one of them will fit in perfectly with these 2, I'm sure. One of them is a Dutch called Robinson. They're all named after drinks actually. And then the other 2 are brothers, and they're called Squash and Lilt, and they're black bunnies. And do you know what? I don't really care what breed I get. I think they're all gorgeous. And honestly, breed doesn't matter to me. If it did, I would have already chosen by now. So I'm just going to go and see which bunny seems to like me the best, and just, I don't know, see which one seems most fitting to live with my 2. So we'll have a look. We're going to be heading over there very soon, so I just really wanted to quickly film this and let you know that I am getting a third bunny, and I'm very excited, and hopefully you will be too. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on who I choose, and yeah, hopefully we'll be having a bonding video soon, and yeah, just can't wait. So yeah, I'll take you with me. As you can see, this is the little bunny that I decided to rehome. Hi, you are lovely. As you can see, he is a beautiful Dutch boy. He's a blue Dutch, and he is just the sweetest thing I've ever seen, aren't you? Oh, right on cue. So at the rescue, like I said before, I had a choice of 3 rabbits, this little one, and then 2 black bunnies. So I turned up at the rescue not knowing who I was going to come back with. A lot of people thought I would come back with this Dutch because I've had Dutch bunnies in the past and I do love the breed, but I wasn't going on looks at all. It was all about personality for me. So I got there. The first rabbit that I saw was a black one called Lilt, and he was super sweet and he let me stroke him. He was just sat there all cute. Yeah, he let me stroke him, but he didn't really get up or anything. He just was sitting there, kind of chilled, but really sweet. Then I met his brother Squash, who was in the hutch below him, and he was really sweet as well. They looked pretty much identical, except Squash was probably a bit more rounder, I would say. But yeah, Squash was really sweet too, but he was more hiding towards the back of the hutch, and he did back away a bit when I was stroking him, so I could tell that he was very shy. So I thought out of those 2 boys, I'd go for Lilt, because obviously because Squash is so shy, I thought that probably wouldn't be great for bonding because he would be scared of my other 2 bunnies. Because basically when you're bonding 2 single bunnies, it's a lot easier because both rabbits are probably really lonely and want a friend, so they'll just get along really well, just like it did when we were bonding Primrose and Hector. They got on straight away, barely had to bond them. But when you've got a trio, so you've already got 2 rabbits that are paired up and you're adding a third, it can actually cause a lot of problems sometimes, because the paired up bunnies are like, who is this intruder? We don't need you, we're happy, kind of thing, whereas the single one just wants to join in and be their friend. So I thought I need to go for a more confident bunny to go into a trio, because that will just be a lot easier. if more confident the bunny, the more easier the bond should go, really. So anyway, I met the two black ones, and then I went to meet Robinson. He was in a different hutch, in a shed actually, and he was just lovely. So I went to stroke him. He was very, very happy to be stroked. He kept lunging forward so that I could give him a head rub, and I thought that was the sweetest thing. Are you gonna let me do it now? Yeah, oh, you like that, don't you? He absolutely loves having his head rub. I think it's so cute. So yeah, I could see straight away that he was sociable. But I was told that actually as a baby he was picked up by his ears before he was rescued, which is so horrible. So basically, if you go towards his ears, he can freak out sometimes because he thinks that you're going to pick him up. And I don't blame him, like, who does that? Like, who would pick a bunny up by their ears? It's so cruel. So yeah, he does sometimes get a bit scared and think you're going to pick him up by his ears. So you just got to go to him, like, gently. Like this. But then once he knows that you're not going to hurt him, he's absolutely fine. But yeah, so he was being really, really sweet in that sense. And then she told me a lot about him and said that every morning she goes down to see Amy binkies. I thought that is just so sweet. But yeah, out of the three, he was the most confident, and that made me think he will be the best match for my pair, because like I was saying earlier, the more confident the bond, the more easier it is to bond them into a trio. So yeah, and also my mum and dad came with me, and they absolutely loved this little guy. Well, they loved them all. I loved them all. If I could, I would have honestly taken all three. But I think having a group of 5 would just not have worked for me, especially if 3 of them were boys. No, 4 of them were boys. So yeah, we didn't get all 3. I had to decide, and I chose him, but not purely on his looks. It was personality wise. If it was Lil or Squash that had his personality, then I would have come home with them. But yeah, I chose this little guy, and he is lovely. And as you know, I've had Dutches in the past. I used to have a blue Dutch who looked just like him actually, and that was Jasper. A lot of you might remember Jasper, he's quite a superstar. But yeah, so this is the little guy. His name at the rescue was Robinson, but I am going to be changing his name just because I feel like his name's quite long. And I've got Primrose and Bertie, and then Robinson, that's just a bit long. And anyway, when I get a new pet, I like to give them a new name. I see it as new pet, new start kind of thing. I quite like human names for pets. Like I've had a Theo, I've had a Jasper, Hector. Quite like Robin, shortened version of Robinson. But we will see, I don't know what I'm going to call him, but we will find something for him. Won't we? He just wants friends. He just wants some friends. But yeah, he's in the run. I've split it in half. The other 2 are just hiding in that tunnel, but they are in that side of the run, and they have seen him. And there was a bit of referred aggression, but apart from that, they've been fine, so I'm not too worried. And I'll start proper bonding hopefully later today, where I'll put them in the bathroom because it's a neutral space. And yeah, we will see how that goes. And I'll film a separate video bonding, because you know I like to film my bonding videos. But yeah, just thought I'd introduce you to this little guy. And yeah, we'll see you in another video.